Okay, I'm back. I called this PoliSci 2, PoliSci Part 2. And I felt a little bad. I had to kind of get off of the phone relatively quick there. So that's number one. Ooh, I don't like that. That's number one. Number two, um, I also don't like to talk on the subject without adding some scriptorial things of evidentiary value into that either. So I decided to come back because I have a little 20-minute ride and I don't have to rush off. If you notice, I try to keep my car cams around 15 to 20 minutes, no more than 30, because I value your time. Okay, so, especially if you have to go back and look at it, I value your time. That being said, let me get right to the point. Again, watch tonight and watch who are the candidates. Look how many candidates you have for the Democratic Party. Quite a few. And it usually, I can see if you had two, maybe four at the most. That's not what we have. That's how dismantled the party is, that particular party. Now, how do we add all of the scriptures into all of this? Let me do that for you. Let's go global. Let's go global, international. Let's leave domestic out of it. Because if I tell you the way the thermometer is domestically, it would be too difficult for a lot of people to conceive that. So I'm not going to even deal with domestic. Let's go globally. And let's go biblically. Globally and biblically, there are some things that has to happen. But it can only happen with this president. And what is that? Now I'm going to say this, and it's going to probably upset the Hebrew community that does not read the scriptures good. And I'm not saying that people don't, one way or the other, they don't look at this area particularly good. Because a lot of people, they want something to happen. And it's going to happen to all of the countries of the world. When the Most High comes, he's going to be dealing with every land, every country, every king. So let's leave it like that. The military force on a global level, America was number one. Their presence and their influence was number one. Now they share the stage. And that stage is shared with an alliance being Russia and China. Now, who are Russia and China? Russia, China, and let me add another one in there, Turkey, the country Turkey. The three of them are allies, and that's the army, especially Russia and China, that Zechariah, the 14th chapter, talks about. Now, nobody can stop that. That's biblical, and you can't stop it. You can't stop it. That's that army. The reason why Turkey is involved, because Turkey is the conduit in which these two countries, who are strong allies of the three, those two are the strongest together, they need a army, or they need a country in the Middle East to be a conduit to do what they have to do. Now, Turkey has the largest military in the Middle East. In that area of the hemisphere, they have the strongest and the largest. I can't say necessarily the strongest, they have the largest. And they are a force to be reckoned with. Nobody really messes with them too much. It is what it is. Especially now since Russia is heavily linked to them. If you notice, Syria is a very key geographical area that is very important when it comes to control. The United States pulled out of Syria at a time where the Democratic Party and everybody knew if you ever are going to pull out, this is not the time. Too much going on, and you all have looked at that, seen enough stuff on that, of what's going on with that. As soon as the United States moved out, within hours, Russia moved in and took over the conflict. And the United States says we're out, but the only thing we're going to keep our troops in is we're going to guard the oil fields. We don't care about nothing else. We're going to protect the oil fields because we don't want ISA to return back and get it. And the president, in all of his cockiness, in all of his forward thinking, he doesn't care. He tells it like it is. Even if you don't like it, he tells it like it is. So he makes the statement, besides, we were only there for the oil anyway. So let's just let somebody else deal with the political turmoil, and let's just go there for what we want, and that's the oil. We're taking the oil fields. Now, let me tell you, I respect a guy that just puts it out there like that. I really do. Don't have to like you, but just tell me what you're doing. Even though I don't like it. No games, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to stab you in the back. I don't like you. I can deal with a guy like that. I really can. You are one of those commandment keepers, Sabbath keepers, and I don't like you. I can deal. Okay, no problem. I can respect that. That's the way Trump is. That's the way he talks. That's the way he is. And that's what he's doing. He doesn't care. So again, I'm not a prophet. It's just common sense. And when you read the scriptures, Russia has to get its house in order. And so does China. And China, if you want to look personnel, the amount of soldiers, they're probably the largest army. And the naval base for China has gone to a different level. Their naval strength, their naval technology. So that's what's going on with that. So in essence, what I'm saying is biblically, because I wanted to add in something biblically on part 2. In the way the Bible is unfolding at this point in time, things have to move up. Things have to line up, and they are lining up. So politically, things must line up biblically, and they are lining up biblically. But if you don't understand biblically what's supposed to happen, you can't appreciate what politically is happening. And you'll be in that group that, I don't like this president, I don't like Trump, Trump's got to go. Trump can't go. He has to be the next elected president, in order for things to biblically be fulfilled. Because only this president will take a back seat and allow Russia to continue to get its house in order. And Russia, biblically, must get its house in order, because that is the army with China that is going to fulfill the prophecy of Zechariah, the 14th chapter. Now, when he says, make America great again, he's going to bring those soldiers back home. What he does with those soldiers, I don't know. However, the military is going to concentrate more back home and more within its territorial region. And that's, if you look, this government just entered into a new trade agreement with Canada and Mexico, because those are the countries that's close. Trump don't care about having something with China. It's too much to manage and all like that. In fact, America owes China so much money, it's advantageous for America just to be at odds with China, because you know how it is. Trump is a, how can I put it? He's a typical street hood business guy. And let me break it down to you. You know how it is if you owe somebody some money. If you don't want to pay that money and they can't afford to pay you, they get into an argument with you. That way you know you're not going to get paid. You know you're not going to get you. You know that person ain't going to pay you. You know family does that to each other. That's an old street game. That's a street game. That's something out of the chapter book of a hood game. I mean, I don't know how to nicer put it. You owe somebody some money. You really don't want to pay them. Be at odds with them, because you're not going to pay them. So what Trump is doing, he doesn't want to pay China the debt that we owe them. So what does he do? He's like, hey, he's pushing buttons and he's waiting for China to say, hey, we at odds. That's it. So that's all he's waiting for. So China, who really doesn't want to be at odds, they want to have an agreement, because if there's an agreement, that means you can continue to pay your loan that you owe us. But Trump is an old businessman. Businessmen play the street way, in case you didn't know it. They just do it in a professional way. That's why if you look at Trump's, if you look at his track record, Trump does everything in a business way. You go and you build stuff and you do stuff. You get a loan from the bank. You get insurance on the loan. And that's what Trump requires. So when you get insurance on the loan and you're dealing with a bank and you build it, Trump says he'll start to pay you. And then he says, I can't pay. I don't like what you did. And then he'll put you into arbitration. And from arbitration, you go to mediation. From mediation, you go to the court. And then after you can't win, then you can turn to the insurance company. And Trump will just tell you, do what you got to do. You're going to get paid. You just have to go the long route. Go to arbitration, mediation, and then when you lose in those, then the insurance companies have to pay. That's it. You're still going to get your money. He's just not going to pay you. So that's what he's doing with China. We owe you money. But now let's go into this trade agreement. The rules are so much in favor of the United States that China can't say yes, because in either case, whether they say yes, America wins, and if they say no, America wins. Because if they say no, then that creates a trade war. And when you're in any type of war, whether it's a trade war, an army war, whatever, a war is a war. You just fighting the battle a different way. But when you're in a war, you don't pay your enemy. So America is looking for a way out of not paying China. And the guy that can do it, has to be in office, is a guy like Trump. That's why the Most High got in there. And so what China does, it sides with Russia, and Russia flexes its muscles. So America says, okay, well, I'll let you flex your muscles because you're with China. And so China needs to wipe away the debt so you guys can have that. We don't want the territory. China and Russia need the territory. They need Ukraine. America don't want it. What America is there is what the president said he wanted, which is what America's always wanted, the oil. That's it. So that's all they want is the oil. So guess what? Trump says, let's not play no more games. We moving out. We're just going to leave some troops around the oil field because that's the only thing that we want. End of statement of troops. Come on back. We're not going to be spending all this money over here. You know what I want them to do when they saving money? Wipe away my student loans. That's it. Come up with a bill and wipe away my student loans that I'm not going to pay anyway. That's it. That's it. So that's why I look into politics, because there's a strong connection with the scriptures, and it is what it is. That's why the Democrats can't win, because the Democrats, they want to be over there. They want to be at war. They want to be at odds. That's how they survive. And their tactic is they keep you busy in what they're doing abroad, that you don't pay attention to what's happening locally. So that's the way that works, okay? So, domestically. So that's how things are going to work. So, like again, it's common sense. It's not prophetic. You don't have to be a prophet to figure this stuff out. Just need to read the scriptures, and you'll see what has to be in place. So, listen, I've enjoyed you all. It's coming up on 20 minutes. I didn't want to go longer than that. And it's perfect timing. I'm coming to my location, destination. Peace to all of you all. We will talk soon. Let me say hello to some people that are here. Kay, how you doing, Kay? She says, thank you for tying this together. Pastor, if I'm on the right track, should I reference Revelations? Yes. Revelations and the beast to the subject. You can. I haven't, but you can. You can certainly do that. And I can as well, but I didn't. But yes, I think you on page with that. So good. Faith and hope. All of you all, peace and shalom. We'll talk soon.